I was looking after patients with coronavirus. Through violin playing in the hospital, I've been able to cut through the harsh reality and create a special moment that people could connect with.
We were all asked if we wanted to contribute our skills to hospitals in the time of coronavirus. Once I realized how bad it had gotten, I was like, of course, like this is what I've trained to do. And I think that a lot of people in my position felt that way.
I reached out to a hospital where my friends work and just said, if you ever need any help, I'm willing to step in. It was really like a tsunami that was kind of coming onto everyone, and actually going back to work in the hospital was a way to not feel so helpless, and it was a way to kind of feel like you're helping out.
There was a feeling of going in and being excited about helping and being useful. I don't think I was emotionally prepared for the amount of sadness that I experienced at all. The hospital was transformed. No longer were we seeing things that we'd see all the time, coughs and colds and breaks and things like that. We were just seeing COVID. We just were overrun with it. Our wards were full of it. And slowly, even on the green wards that were just meant to be non-COVID patients, we started getting COVID patients, and soon it just felt like it was coming out from everywhere. It felt like it was engulfing everything, and it made you feel pretty helpless as a doctor, knowing that patients were afraid and alone, and there was very little we could do to help.
There have been emotional difficulties with patients that we've lost and colleagues. We've had two colleagues who've died. My heart went out to my patients on the COVID wards when they were looking around them and seeing some of their fellows in their 6-bedded bays passing away, and then they were the last one left in that bay. Patients are not all anonymous bodies to us. Every single patient has mattered.
I was on the ward at the time where we had an elderly gentleman, and he was dying, so we had to organize like a FaceTime on an iPad to speak to his family. The family not being able to be there in their final moments, it was obviously very wrenching for all the parties concerned.
I think as a doctor, you focus on the people that you couldn't help and that didn't get better, and it was incredibly hard. Every patient you lose feels like a blow to you, and it's not just another patient, another number, it's your patient, and it feels terrible. There's some scars that are left by the pandemic that, you can't unsee the things that you've seen. You can't unsee the fact that a normally healthy 50-year-old male kind of came into hospital with symptoms of coronavirus, and he didn't walk back out, and that his wife couldn't come to see him even after he had died or even while he was dying, and he died alone.
It only takes a very small thing to make a big difference to people. A simple piece of music, not technically difficult, but something which is deep and sincere that can reach out to people, is terribly important. Obviously, when I've been playing, I've focused on being able to deliver it from memory, often in extraordinary scenes around me. And I've looked in the patient's face. I've seen their face change in a split second. Often there's some tears rolling down the cheeks. I know that I've made a difference to them, even if only for a moment. And that's really touched me as well.
I understood why I was a doctor. Even in the cases where you can't cure cancer, we were still making, providing palliative care, making things easier for the patients. Going back to working during the pandemic, that was the same thing. It's like, maybe we can't cure you, but let's see how we can how can we improve this for you.
I can't say that my goals and priorities have changed a lot, but maybe they've been reaffirmed and reignited, and I'm reminded why I do what I do and why it's so valuable.
I feel a bit emotional talking about it, but to connect with people in that environment has been extraordinary, really. I did say at one time it was perhaps the pinnacle of my medical and musical career, and it probably has been. You know, there's probably no better feeling in the world than that.